Hey everyone, welcome back to Installation 00 and part 3 of our Helldivers Halo crossover. And a quick word to the wise, you may want to take a little look into my Teespring store for some little swag for you freedom-loving spreaders of managed democracy. A rifle, a pistol, a shotgun. In Halo, these tools became liturgy, recited by ODSTs in alleyways lit by tracer fire. Now those same shapes cross universes and land in Helldivers, where war is waged by volume and belief. So today, we'll compare and contrast the MA5C, the M7S, the M90A, and the SOCOM across Halo and Helldivers, and ask what happens when you take weapons engineered for precision shock and teach them to speak in the grammar of saturation. Weapons formalize intent. The ODST catalogue is built to keep a small team alive in a hostile city block. Clean angles, disciplined recoil, controlled signatures. Helldivers ask those same patterns to survive crowds, armor plates, and chaos. Tempo over tidiness, objective over elegance. This is not a clash, it's a translation. The MA5C is the sentence every soldier knows by heart. In Halo, it's a battle hymn for squads fighting tooth and nail in ruined cities. In Helldivers, it becomes a rationed mantra, each round a promise of order in the chaos of a swarm. Same rifle, same voice, but the wars they speak into could not be more different. The M7S, the silenced submachine gun, was once the whisper of Oni operatives in a darkened corridor, a storm unleashed in silence. In Helldivers, it becomes the muted breath before the shout. A weapon not for conquest but for control, keeping the swarm asleep just a little longer until the mission is ready to wake them. In Halo, the M90 was the roar that silenced a room, the final authority in close quarters battle. In Helldivers, it becomes the breath that lets a squad live a few seconds longer. Not a verdict, but a reprieve. Same shells, same thunder, but now wielded not as a tool of dominance, but of survival. In Halo, the SOCOM was a whisper with consequences, a sidearm that could decide a battle before it began. In Helldivers, it becomes the quiet hand on the shoulder, the subtle pull of a trigger that prevents an entire swarm from waking, less a weapon of conquest and more a scalpel of control. But let's really dive into the specifics and compare and contrast these 4 Halo weapons translated into Helldivers. The MA5C is the standard UNSC service rifle. It fires a 7.62 by 51mm NATO round from a 32 round magazine at a rate of fire between 750 and 900 rounds per minute. Designed as a versatile mid-range rifle, its accuracy degrades at long range due to recoil climb and spread. It is lightweight for a full caliber rifle with modular construction and its iconic top-mounted ammo counter. It fires a full power rifle cartridge, giving excellent stopping power against lightly armoured targets. Recoil is manageable in short bursts but punishing when held fully automatic. The standard infantry weapon of the UNSC Marine Corps and ODSTs during the Human Covenant War, it is designed to balance firepower and versatility, a true workhorse weapon. Reliable under abuse, reflecting the UNSC's logistical doctrine, one rifle for everyone, everywhere. The MA5C in Helldivers has 32 rounds and the rifle retains the iconic ammo counter display, a direct callback to Halo canon. The rate of fire appears slightly slower than Halo's 900 round per minute max, closer to around 640 rounds per minute. This is consistent with Helldivers' design philosophy of making each bullet matter under resource scarcity. The type of ammo isn't specifically stated, but it's a standard kinetic round, distinct from energy or explosive munitions, and in Helldivers' ecosystem this places it as a reliable general purpose weapon, but less effective against heavily armoured foes. Its bursts remain tight, recoil climb manageable, and it's clearly modelled to be a stable mid-range rifle. It has slightly higher per shot damage than comparable Liberator rifles, offset by the lower rate of fire, and retains Halo's identity. The ammo counter readability is critical in the chaos of Helldivers, When the screen is flooded with enemies, knowing at a glance if you have 5 rounds left is life-saving. In Helldivers, the M6C is not just a rifle, it's a nostalgic import. It fills the role of a dependable lane-holding tool, trading raw damage per second for control. It pairs well with Helldivers' limited ammo ethos, fewer wasted shots, more uptime on target. Symbolically, it is the all-rounder ODST rifle adapted into a universe where enemies come by the hundreds, rather than in fire teams. In Halo, the M6C is designed for precision small unit engagements, corridors, city streets, combined arms warfare. In Helldivers, it's been reinterpreted for crowd control and resource economy, emphasising stability, mag readability, and careful shot placement over sheer volume of fire. Where Halo's version rewards aggression and short burst discipline, Helldivers' version rewards tempo control, holding a fire lane long enough for a beacon to flip or a stratagem to land. The M7S caseless submachine gun is an ODST and ONI Spec Ops variant of the standard M7 SMG. It fires caseless 5x23mm ammunition from a 60-round magazine, with an extremely high rate of fire around 900 to 1200 rounds per minute. Its effective range is optimised for close quarters engagement, effective within around 50 meters, but loses accuracy and stopping power quickly at range. Its integrated suppressor on the M7S variant drastically reduces muzzle flash and sound, ideal for covert infiltration. It features a compact bullpup design and has high controllability in CQB, but heavy recoil climb in long bursts. It's paired with a red dot or laser sight improves its close quarters target acquisition. It's a specialist weapon issued to ODSTs and ONI operatives and stealth units requiring maximum firepower at point-blank range with minimal detection. Designed to saturate confined spaces, corridors, stairwells and ambush points, the M7S is not about precision. It's about overwhelming an opponent before they can respond. The Helldivers SMG holds 48 rounds, markedly less than the 60-round mag of the Halo equivalent in Halo 2 Anniversary, but the same as in Halo 3 ODST, which is where it really matters. This aligns with Helldivers' balance around scarcity and reload tempo. The rate of fire is around 872 rounds per minute, still faster than most Liberator-class rifles, but more sustainable for Helldivers' ammo economy. It uses kinetic rounds, which in the Helldivers sandbox makes it effective against light targets but inefficient versus armoured automatons or heavy terminids. The M7S is the first Helldivers weapon with a true integrated suppressor. This allows reduced aggro radius, enemies are less likely to be alerted by gunfire, cleaner stealth approaches to points of interest, and coordination with stealth-orientated passives and ODST armour sets from the Warbond. Stable recoil profile with manageable horizontal spread means that it's suited to close quarters clears. Slightly reduced range compared to rifles also makes positioning vital. In Helldivers, the M7S shifts from a raw CQB bullet hose to a stealthy utility weapon, ideal for clearing small patrols without escalating into full swarm responses. It functions as a tool for control and discretion, not for mowing down endless hordes. In Halo, the M7S was a sledgehammer wrapped in a silencer, overwhelming firepower with reduced noise. In Helldivers, the M7S becomes a scalpel, less about raw power, more about reducing exposure and maintaining stealth tempo. So where Halo's M7S rewarded aggression in confined spaces, Helldivers' M7S rewards patience, precision, and timing. The M90A Close Assault Weapon System is an 8-gauge pump-action shotgun with a 6-round internal tube magazine. Its rate of fire, being a pump action, is around 40 to 60 rounds per minute in combat pacing. Its effective range makes it devastating inside 10 meters, but falls off rapidly beyond 30 to 40, and its 8-gauge caliber makes it an effective one-shot stop weapon at close range, even against heavily armoured or shielded opponents. It does have fairly heavy recoil, but is highly controllable in close quarters situations. The wide pellet spread ensures lethality against multiple clustered targets, and integrated flashlight in some configurations helps in low light environments. These characteristics make it ideal for breach and clear, it's a force multiplier in CQB and urban environments, and as a psychological weapon, its roar is as demoralizing as its impact. In ODST hands, the M90A is the ultimate tool for asserting dominance in interior fights. The Helldivers M90 shotgun matches the Halo version with 6 shells per magazine with reserve ammo, still pump action with around a 60 round per minute rate of fire. The ammo type is a high caliber kinetic shell, which in the Helldiver sandbox translates to exceptional close range damage and stagger effects. Its weak performance against heavily armoured automatons and chargers, unless hitting vulnerable points, is noteworthy, but is ideal against lightly armoured terminids and clustered groups. The wide pellet spread allows clearing swarms at choke points, stronger stagger mechanics buys critical seconds when overwhelmed, and the integrated flashlight is retained, adding utility in Helldivers' dark environments and chaotic battlefield clutter. In Helldivers, the M90 is less about individual dominance and more about resetting the battle space. It is the panic button in your kit, the weapon you draw when enemies are too close, too many, and too fast. Perfect for extraction ramps, beacon defences, or desperate last stands. In Halo, the M90A is the final word in close combat, the verdict delivered at the end of the corridor. In Helldivers, the M90 becomes a reset mechanism, clearing space, staggering enemies, and buying seconds for the squad to regroup. Where Halo's M90 rewards aggression and fearlessness, the Helldivers M90 rewards timing and restraint, holding it until the moment you absolutely need it. The M6C SOCOM is the standard ODST sidearm, with a 12.7 by 40mm M225 semi-armor piercing high explosive, or SAP-HE, ammunition being fired from a 12-round magazine. Its rate of fire, being semi-automatic, is around 240 rounds per minute, practically limited by trigger pull speed. Its effective range is around 50 meters with optics. It is highly accurate, stable, and lethal against unarmored or lightly shielded targets, and its integrated suppressor and smart linked optics with a tactical laser are ideal for stealth and precision. The recoil is snappy but very controllable. It has a high stopping power per shot, far deadlier than most sidearms in science fiction. It's compact, concealable, and reliable in all conditions. It's designed specifically for ODSTs and only operatives requiring discretion. It acts as a precision backup weapon with greater lethality than most sidearms and fills a gap between the suppressed SMG and a full battle rifle. An assassin's tool as much as a soldier's. The Helldivers M6C SOCOM retains the same mag size as the Halo equivalent, 12 rounds, to preserve its sidearm identity. It's semi-automatic, slower than Liberator pistols, but rewards deliberate precision, although the suggested 900 round per minute is likely again practically limited by how fast you can pull the trigger and reload between mags. It fires high caliber suppressed rounds, which translates to effective damage against light targets without pulling swarm aggro, inefficient against armoured automaton units and terminid charges, but a noteworthy sidearm for being one of the first truly suppressed sidearms in Helldivers. The reduced sound profile allows stealth approaches to POIs and enables quiet target elimination. High damage per shot but limited magazine size forces careful placement, much like the Halo equivalent. It's ideal as a finisher or ammo economy tool for saving rifle mags for heavier targets, and pairs well with stealth armor passives from the Warbond. In Helldivers, the SOCOM is less a backup weapon and more a surgical tool. It's the weapon you use when silence matters, disabling scouts before they can summon reinforcements or eliminating stragglers without wasting rifle ammunition. A niche but powerful sidearm for squads running stealth-centric loadouts. In Halo, the SOCOM was the assassin's pistol, powerful enough to kill quietly, versatile enough to serve as a primary weapon. In Helldivers, it becomes a stealth enabler. Not your main arm, but a tool for controlling noise, conserving ammo, and controlling tempo. Where Halo's SOCOM rewarded precision in covert ops, Helldivers SOCOM rewards discipline in resource management and discretion. Taken together, the ODST arsenal brought into Helldivers tells a story not just of weapons, but of translation. The MA5C, once the dependable assault rifle of the UNSC, balancing firepower with precision. In Helldivers it becomes a rationed mantra, a weapon of lane control and uptime where every round is measured against the tide of enemies. The M7 SMG, once the silenced sledgehammer of ODST and ONI operatives, unleashing storms in silence, now a tool of discretion, tuned for patrol clears and stealth insertions, keeping the swarm asleep just a few seconds longer. The M90, once a verdict at the end of a corridor, a roar that silenced opposition outright, becomes a panic button, a reset mechanism to buy time, clear space, and let democracy catch its breath. And the SOCOM, once an assassin's whisper with consequences, a sidearm so powerful it could carry a mission by itself, becomes a scalpel of control, preserving ammunition and silencing threats without waking the horde. Each weapon, faithfully carried across universes, is transformed, from Halo's small unit precision to Helldivers' massed chaos, from instruments of discipline to tools of tempo. But the core truth remains: these weapons are weapons that speak. They spoke in the alleys on Earth and Reach. They speak now in the dust of alien worlds, and their language, whether a sentence, a whisper, a verdict, or a scalpel, is still one of survival, of order, and of purpose. So, are they the same weapons? Yes and no. They are the same weapons writing new stories in new wars. Halo's hymns of precision translated into Helldivers' anthems of chaos. 4 weapons, 4 echoes of the ODSTs, and a reminder that even across universes, steel remembers the hands that first carried it. Glory to Super Earth, and feet first into hell. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, kindly tap that like button, and if you're not already subscribed and want to see more stuff like this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. Pop a comment down below telling me what you thought of today's video, or if you want me to cover something specific in the near future. I want to take this opportunity to thank and give shoutouts to my patrons and YouTube supporters: Spartan10148, my singular contender class Ancilla, the triumvirate of mines within my installations Metarch, Falcon, Jordan, and Poseidon, my 7 installation monitors Sophia, Ashley, Esoteric, Spartan1029, Chris, Orion, and Shane, the crush of sub-monitors Legion, Ryan, Lebrat, Spartan0137, Element 0, J3, Cult, Evermore's, Personal Devil, Scion Esports, Phantasma, Ashton, and 191 Shaken Lightbulb, my fleet of Strato Sentinels, my most loyal of Enforcers, and every single one of the awesome people supporting the channel over on Patreon. My Tier 0 Transcendent YouTube members Spartan137, again, Maury, Jimbo, and Balaz, and all other YouTube members keeping my installation functional on that glorious vacuum energy. I cannot thank you all enough. Shout out to John because... And if you like what I'm doing here, consider supporting the channel on one of the support links in the description to net yourself some tasty merch and help keep the channel going. Take it easy everyone, and find peace in the domain.